Hello, sunshine. This is Joy from Michigan in the US, and I have had this idea floating around in my head for a very long time, so today I'm finally going to do it. It's going to be a spring flower garden. I don't know what to call it, but I've put the base coat down just on the top 2/3. That is a combination of several colors, the main color being cerulean plus white, which is just a custom mix that I do. And then I added some cerulean blue, some phthalo blue at the top, white at the bottom, and just used a cake frosting spatula to swipe over it just till the colors were blended in a way that I liked. They're not obviously completely blended, but they're getting there. So there's my sky. I didn't do that on camera just because I know this is going to be a long video. So I will try to keep my talking to the beginning. That way I can speed up the second part and you guys won't be sitting here watching me paint for the next couple hours. So that's the goal anyways. Sorry, that little spot's bothering me. Maybe I'll add a little phthalo to that. So I hope you all are doing well, staying safe. As I said on my previous video, staying warm. That's very difficult right now in Michigan. Although we've had colder winters, so I really probably shouldn't complain. Just gonna move this cup a little bit. Okay, so let's get started. I have a lot of custom colors today. I have just combinations of different greens. So if you want to try this technique, I'd love it if you would. And if you do, let me know. But feel free to just play with your greens for a bit. I'll try to tell you the colors that I have and how I got there and all of that, but I can't guarantee that I'm going to remember exact. So just bear with me on that end. I just don't, as I've said in previous videos, I don't measure anything. I just kind of do whatever my heart says is right. So I used to always cook that way too. It's very frustrating when somebody asks for a recipe and you don't really have one. The same kind of thing here with my poured art, but let's dive in. I will go over my colors and then I'm going to stop talking so I can speed this up. So I have, of course, my favorite green, lime green. This is by Liquitex Basics. It is a wonderful color. I've really loved this color lately. Then I have a turquoise green, another very pretty green, and I just mixed these up this morning, so a lot of these paints are completely full to the top. I have grass green, which obviously used to have another color in it and it dried. It's actually this kind of lighter color there. Oh goodness. And then we have, I'm trying to find places on my table to set things that are not completely covered in paint, and it's difficult. Okay, this is my custom color that I'm not going to tell you exactly what all is in it. I think it's grass green, deep green, gold, and copper from a previous pour that I had saved. And then I added a little more grass green to that and some copper and a little bit of lime green. And I have this beautiful shimmery, which you probably can't see, but it's so pretty. So I have that green, and then I have just the tiniest little bit of deep green left. I'll probably use that up just to use it up. I don't have any more. I'm not even sure where I got that color because I can't find a tube of that color. So, and then for my lightest green, which I'm kind of hesitant to use because I'm not loving it, but maybe it'll look prettier on the canvas. And I feel like it's very thick, but when I check it, so with my paints, I'm looking for a consistency where if I drizzle the paint on the cup, I can count 1, 2, 3, and the trace is gone. Just a slow count to 3. And this is maybe a little thick. I might add just a little Floetrol to this. I have used water to thin stuff if needed, but I try to avoid that. So, I don't know, did I say the color? Titan Green Pale by Golden. I got a little sample to try. And then I added just a touch of gold to that, just to give it some shimmer. I don't know that you can even see it. I have a hard time seeing it live. I'm sure you can't see it on video, but okay. I think that's a little better. And I do see, I don't know where this, see that little white speck? I don't know where that came from. Let's see if I can get that out of there. There we go. Just gonna use my finger there. Blend that a little better. Okay, so I get for holding stuff over my painting with wet paint. All right, I think, oh, nope, I've got one more. This is Folk Arts Color Shift in Dragon Flash, which I love the color shift. I don't know if you guys can see that at all, but it really will add a lovely effect. So I've got all these greens. I want it to look like a grassy hill, and then I'm gonna balloon flowers in, I think, if I can get it right. So let's hop in. I've also, of course, got some white that I can add. I don't think I'll need it with that Titan green pale. So I'm just going to do that, little stripes of color. I do find that when I do this, the color I put on the top tends to be the color I see the most. So I am trying to stick with that. I try to keep that in mind. This is that deep green. Oh, that's the end of it, guys. And we'll squirt some out on the corners here and see if I can't get those covered nicely. So with my paintings, I always try to have really pretty sides along with the front, which is obviously the biggest concern, but I want my customers to be able to hang this without a frame. So I try to make sure my sides are pretty. Not everybody prefers that, but it's at least an option then. And if you prefer a frame, you can get a frame, no big deal. Just popping some air bubbles. Okay, let's put in some of this pale color that I'm not sure I love. So I will probably do this fairly sparingly. I don't know, that might be just the ticket. Just the thing to add some nice little details. Okay, and this is totally an experiment, guys. I've been wanting to do this for a while. If this works, I would like to do it on a really large canvas, but for right now, I only have an 11 by 14 just because I don't want to have to, if I don't like it, I don't want to have it on a huge canvas. Well, that was just a big mess. Let's see. That's too much of that color. So you can use your palette knives. If your table isn't nearly as messy as mine, it's a little easier. Just scrape some of that over the edge, no big deal. Okay, we have two more colors. So I'm going to go with my metallic, I don't even know what color to call this. This is that funky green that I mixed. Really hope this works out well because I feel like it's so pretty in my head. I probably won't be able to live up to that, but here's hoping anyways. All right. Get some more paints out of my way, and then we're going to add my favorite lime green. I don't know, I feel like I've been in a rush getting these paints on here, and I'm not sure why. There's no rush. We got time. Okay. So add a little bit of green here, just because there was a hole. And I am going to tilt this, but very, very gently because I don't want to mess up my sky. I like my sky where it is. But I do want to kind of combine these colors just a little bit, not too crazy much, but enough to give us a very variegated color. Just trying to get over my bottom edge here. Okay, and then I'm going to go right back up. Try to put everything back where it was. There's a little section where the paint is not touching the canvas, and I just wanted to fix that. There we go. Okay. I think that will work. Honestly, I feel like I could leave it right there. This is just kind of really fun looking, but of course I will take it that step further. I'm just touching up my edges. I already talked about how important that is. All right, I'm going to clean my hands. I'm going to start swiping and I'm going to stop talking. Oh, I do see some air bubbles, so as those pop up, I will use my creme brulee torch to pop the air bubbles. No silicone in any of these paints, so I'm not trying to bring up any cells. Just eliminate air bubbles. All right, I'm gonna stop real quick and take a picture at this stage because I just think this is so pretty. And I do want to do more with it, but you know, you really could just leave it as it is and it would be fine. So here I go, trying to fix my edge and making it look wonky. I feel like my edges are already drying on the sky, so it's kind of, I don't know, it's looking funny, but I think it's just because it's drying. Okay, let me get a picture and I'll be right back. So I'm gonna call the grassy area done for now. There are some really fun cells in here that I don't want to disturb. Those I'm not so sure about, might run a skewer through those, but we're gonna move on to flowers. And this idea is coming together fairly well. I'm pleased with it so far. I wish my grassy area was a little bit down further, so we're not almost at that halfway line. I wanted it more angled, but I didn't pay attention with my swipes and brought them all up to the same height. So you may have seen I tried to make this side a little bit further up in the sky. Overall, it's still okay. I think it would have been better with less green. So in the future, rather than filling this much with green, I'd fill this much with green, which would just bring that line down a little bit. So I have a tile off to the side here that I'm going to pour puddles of paint on. I'm really hoping this works because I have never tried it. I think other people have, I'm sure. There's nothing new under the sun, right? But I personally have not tried this method. So we have a bunch of dust. Let's clean this tile off, at least wipe off the dust, right? Okay. I have rouge. I have violet. And I have crimson, and then I have a little bit of yellow. I don't think I'm going to use the yellow with the purple. I will just use it with the pink. All right. So I tried to blow up just a tiny little balloon so that I don't want huge flowers, but I do want flowers, and then I'll probably drag a skewer through the green to draw a stem up to the flower after I get the flower on correctly. So belly button between the fingers, I'm going to push it into my puddle over here. And then I'm going to pick it up. And before I do anything with it, I'm going to check it on the bottom of the balloon. I think that'll be okay. So let's go with a little one right here. Ooh, really little. But it's pretty. Ooh, look at that. Okay, I don't hate that. I think I need to get more paint on the balloon. But look how pretty that is. Let's add some more of those. Wipe your balloon off after every dip. Yeah, don't feel like this is enough, so I'm just going to add some more paint. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness, I'm loving that little flower I added. All right, let's add one over here. Okay. That one doesn't look quite as, it's like facing down, but that's okay. We'll roll with it, as Jilly would say. If you've not checked out Jilly Cube, give her a gander. She's a lot of fun. Very positive, very uplifting, very encouraging, which I love other artists who promote other artists. Encourage you to become your own artist. That's always lovely. Okay. Oh, I'm really, really loving this, guys. I'm loving it. All right, let's add some more. So I am adding color to this tile in between every balloon press, just because you need more paint on the balloon in order to pick up the color that you want, the amount of color you need to make these little flowers. You need quite a bit of paint on your balloon. Ooh, nice. Yay. Oh, this is working out exactly as I hoped it would, which is so rare for me. I'm going to do my best to not overwork this and to take my time. Okay, I'm going to do one more with the reds. Oh, nope, I made too much of a sloppy mess. So like I said, take your time. Don't feel like you have to rush. If you don't like what you see on your balloon, wipe it off and try again. Don't feel like you have to stick with what you have. Okay, I think I want to try pink, purple, no, pink and yellow. And maybe I'll throw a little white in too. So I'm cleaning off my tile. I don't know how much of this you guys can see, but I am trying to wipe down my tile. It doesn't have to be perfectly clean, but at least enough that I'm not going to get muddied colors. So let's go with our rouge. And then I am going to add some white to this, just because sometimes white gives you some really pretty lacing and cells. So just add a little white. And then we will add some yellow. This is my custom goldenrod color. Oh goodness. I can't get the cap to stay out of the way, which is just gonna, I'll just hold it out of the way. All right. Onward and upward. I'm trying not to push the balloon into these colors too hard because I don't want to push the paint away from my balloon. Look at that yumminess. Please come onto the canvas nicely. The yellow with the blue background might be less than ideal because you'll end up with just green. So let's add a little crimson to that and re-dip that. You can always re-dip. Okay, that might work a little bit better. All right, I think I have worked the flowers enough. The ones that are up higher, I want to add a stem. You know what I'm going to do for this one in particular, because there's nowhere to really grab the paint. I'm just grabbing from the dripped paint here, and we're just going to try to lay in a stem. All right, I think I've got the ticket now, so I'm trying to pick up lots of different colors in my puddle, which isn't hard to do because it's a large puddle on the side here. I'm going to hold it till it comes to the end, and then we're just going to drag it down. I'm kind of spinning it a little so that all the paint comes off there. I do want to just see if I can add, oh, that's not quite what I was going for, but it was too solid color. Oh my goodness, this is just going to be the stem that doesn't want to be painted. Okay, let's just add from right there. Now that got too big. If I wasn't such a perfectionist, this would be much easier, guys. Oh, my Lanta. Okay, we're gonna call that one good, even though I don't think it is. I gotta stop somewhere, right? This one almost looks like a butterfly. I don't think I'm gonna put a stem on that one. Maybe somebody's imagination will see that as not a flower. Okay, I'm gonna do one more thing. I just want to add some wispiness. That's probably not a word. just a little indication of some little grassy things happening. Of course, I really don't want to go all the way down to the blue there. Not my intention. Ooh, did you guys see that? Let's get that out of there. I don't think I got it. Guess I should have left that one alone, huh? Okay. And here is the finished piece. Thanks so much for hanging with me through the whole process.